Hey HVACers, Mark Marquillo here with April Air. Say, recently we've been talking to a lot of very successful contractors about why and how they include an April Air cleaner on every install or every change out that the air cleaner fits on. You know, they told us a lot of things that we knew, that it helps their customers by keeping their air clean and healthy in the home, and they talked about significant revenue on service calls. But really what bubbled to the top was a lot of these guys were talking about how putting an April Air cleaner on every install really cuts back on callbacks.
We're seeing that these systems are lasting longer without any repairs, and when we don't have to go out and fix it, it's better for us, because that's a profit killer when we've got to go out there and warranty that system.
I'm always throwing a filter in with it. An April Air filter, 5-inch filter is going with everything at first. Because if I'm going to stand behind it for 10 years, which is what I do with most of my equipment, I want it to be protected as much as possible for me and for them. If I've got to go back and do a warranty call at year 5, it costs me $200, $300 to go out there. And if they're running an April Air filter, I just have less breakdowns. And that makes me more money, and it makes them a happy customer.
April Air media cleaners, every job we do, goes on every system. I don't care what it is, geothermal, electric furnace, gas furnace, whatever it may be. It's better for us, it's better for the equipment, it's better for the homeowner. So it's a win-win. I don't even put it in the price, it's built into the price. It's part of the sale. Part of the system, and we explain why we put it on, and no one's ever said don't put that on. Never.
Wow, those guys get it. I mean, they are the expert. So let's take a second to look at the real simple technology behind airflow and air filtration. We all know that filters load up over time, and as they load up over time, there's where the serious increase in static pressure occurs. Now, if you look at this 1-inch filter, I mean, this thing is filling up after about 60 days to where it's actually unacceptable for static pressure. But if you look at the April Air MERV 11, I mean, this thing can load up well past a year and still have acceptable pressure.
We have done the studies on airflow, and the 1-inch filters, they restrict airflow, period. And you get 15-30 days in on a 1-inch filter, it's really reducing the airflow, putting a lot of strain on systems, and it's just not the right thing for the homeowner. So everything is at least a 4-inch wide media April Air, and that is our standard today.
We always use the April Air 2210, and it's our standard filter. We don't offer a 1-inch filter. The 2210 is our standard filter because it protects the equipment and it's better for the homeowner in the home.
So, you know, there's kind of a misconception out there that a larger filter with more surface area makes it difficult for the air to go through as opposed to a smaller filter. As a matter of fact, it's just the opposite. The more surface area you have for the air to go through, the air can go through with much less resistance. Our engineers call that media velocity, and we'll talk a little bit about how that works. If you think about it, take a garden hose with water trickling out of the end. Put your thumb over the end of the hose. Now what you just did is you decreased the surface area that water can go through, and you increase the velocity of the water coming out. But if you look at the back side of the hose with the water coming to your thumb, you just increase the pressure on the back side of that hose. That is exactly what happens when you put a 1-inch or a high restrictive filter on an air handler. The proof of this velocity concept is in the data on static pressure. Numbers don't lie. You know, high efficiency filters are here shown against various 1-inch filters, whether it's a MERV 8 or a MERV 11 or even a MERV 16. If you take a 1200 CFM 3-ton system with an April Air 4-inch filter, whether it's a MERV 11 or a MERV 13, we're looking at pressure drops of 0.11 or 0.15 inches of water column, which are ridiculously low and certainly well below the 1-inch filters with similar or even higher MERV ratings.
So one of the things that we use this particular demonstration and setup for in our training room is to show our technicians, really to make them believe, hey, this is the difference in the static pressure drop between your standard 1-inch filter here and your media cabinet. So we can actually take one or the other out and measure the static pressure differences across the 1-inch versus our 4-inch media cabinet to really get our technicians to believe and say, wow, you know, and you can actually hear the difference in the fan when you have the 4-inch media in versus the 1-inch media. So it really builds belief in our technicians that this is good for our customers.
Let's just make it real simple. Here's the top 5 reasons why you want to install an April Air air cleaner on every new system or every system changeout. Number 1, increased system protection. significantly increased over a 1-inch filter. Number 2, you maintain the efficiency of the equipment for the life of the equipment. Number 3, you have significantly less filter changeouts because the Aprilaire filters hold so much more particulate. Number 4, you have happier customers. And I'll tell you what, happy customers mean referrals. And number 5, and probably the most important one, is you will experience a significant drop in callbacks. Callbacks eat profit. By eliminating callbacks, you increase your profitability and you also increase your happiness with your customers.
With spending that type of money on a system, it's important to make sure the system's protected so it's kept clean. We do use a high efficiency filtration through Aprilaire because it is the right thing to do. It's protecting the investment for the homeowner, which is very important to us, and it's a reoccurring customer for us. I mean, they're telling others about the over and beyond that we do as a standard for customers, and they share that with their friends and relatives. So it's great for us, it's great for customers, and it's the right thing to do.